Good morning and welcome to worship here today. I am so glad that you could join us because today is a very special day in the life of the church. Today is Epiphany Sunday. You know, as I say the words out loud, I wonder if you're sitting out there and you're wondering what I'm even talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? I mean, I guess it's actually a pretty good question. I mean, what is an epiphany and why would we celebrate it in the church? Well, let's talk about that. What is an epiphany? Have you ever just been sitting there and just been really thinking about something so hard and you're just trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden you're like, Eureka! I think I got it. I mean, no, actually, you're probably not, because I don't think like anyone actually does that except for in the movies and in cartoons. But the whole point is that, you come to this realization, you suddenly realize something. So why would we devote not just a day to it, but an entire season to realization? Well, that's a really good question, and it has a lot to do with this star on my head. When we think about Epiphany in the church, most of the time we think about a song that goes like this. We three kings of Orient are. I'm not going to sing more for you because I'm not Miss Gina or Mr. Brett, but you get the point, right? We're talking about the wise men, the three magi who traveled far from the east to Bethlehem to worship this newborn king, right? And so it's kind of crazy when you think that these three mystical guys traveled all this distance to go look at a baby who is asleep in the feeding trough of a stable. And so what this day does for us is it's not just about these guys who follow a star. It's why they followed the star. These three kings, these three magi, these three wise people far in the east where they studied things that happened in the sky. Well, they realized that something really special was happening. They had a realization that the world was about to change. And so we think about Epiphany as this moment where Jesus becomes a part of our world, where the world starts to realize that there's this Christ figure, this king, this son of God, the son of man that has come into the world. And so we talk about it as if we call it the manifestation of Jesus. And the biggest part of that story for us in the Christmas story is the story of the wise men. But it's also the story of Jesus being presented at the temple. And it's the story of Jesus being baptized in the river. And it's the story of the first miracle that Jesus performs, where Jesus turns the water into wine, and suddenly things are not quite the same anymore. Jesus changes everything. And I think that's some really good news.